Oke, selamat pagi. Ya, oke, selamat pagi Bapak Ibu dan para hadirin semua. Terima kasih buat kesempatan kita bisa berkumpul kembali. Perkenalkan saya dengan Profesor Dr. Anton Wardaya. Kita akan mendengarkan info session tentang dari University of New South Wales, UNSW, dan hari ini dibawakan oleh Mr. Julian Nicholls. Hello, sir. Yes, Mr. Julian Nicholls, thank you for your coming to our webinar, wardayacollege, UNSW. Mr. Julian Nicholls is UNSW International Regional Manager. And this webinar is collaboration with UNSW Sydney, ES Education, and Wardaya College. And this evening, we have the webinar 2 with Professor Vivi Kasim. She is the group leader of International Student Teaching Group Bioengineering from Chongqing University, China. And she will share too how to get the scholarship in university in China. And this evening too, we have the info session about kelas Mandarin HSK 2. And then tomorrow I will bring the infos of the webinar about strategi Jitu menjadi pemenang Olimpiade. Dan ini akan mempunyai banyak sekali benefit ya kalau kita menjadi pemenang Olimpiade. Kita bisa diprioritaskan untuk masuk ke universitas dan kita bisa mendapatkan beasiswa termasuk dari beasiswa Indonesia Maju dari pemerintah Indonesia. Dan kita akan mengadakan tryout KSN Kabupaten di baik jenjang SMP maupun SMA di hari Sabtu dan Minggu 9 dan 10 April. Dan ini adalah program Wardaya yang sudah dilaksanakan, yaitu kami punya kelas persiapan untuk universitas baik dalam maupun luar negeri. Kami punya kelas Olimpiade, kami punya kelas IELTS, terus kami punya Toastmaster, kami punya kelas coding, dan preparation student for studying master degree and doctoral degree. Dan kami punya tes minat dan bakat, Wardaya Dutur, kompetisi dan Olimpiade, dan training of teachers. Dan Wardaya sendiri sudah punya sekolah SMA Wardaya, yaitu sekolah formal yang terdiri dari tiga kurikulum, yaitu kurikulum nasional, kurikulum internasional Cambridge A-Level, dan kurikulum peminatan baik profesional, olimpiade, dan penelitian. Sekolah kami berada di lokasinya di daerah Sunrise, Jakarta Barat, pada lahan gedung fisiknya pada lahan seluas 4.000 meter persegi. Jadi kami akan mengadakan open house di bulan April nanti, tanggal 24 April. Dan kami sudah punya pathway juga dengan Amerika, yaitu 1 tahun di Wardaya College dan 3 tahun studi di Amerika, termasuk bisa transfer kredit ke univ-univ top seperti UC Berkeley dan UCLA. Nanti info lebih lanjut dapat hubungi saya. Dan kami punya Wardaya Education Consulting and Agency bagi Bapak Ibu dan siswa-siswi atau para umum yang ingin mempersiapkan anak-anaknya untuk jenjang S1 maupun S2 dan S3, silakan menghubungi tim konselor kami. Dan di bulan Mei nanti kami mengadakan Indonesia Regional Competition dan Indonesia Youth Business Idea Competition. Jadi ini kompetisi skala nasional dan bisa meraih beasiswa kuliah di luar negeri, dan nanti akan judge-nya itu, para jurinya adalah dari dosen universitas luar negeri seperti Southampton University. Dan terus kita punya Leo Club dan Lions Club. Jadi kalau ingin mengikuti kegiatan sosial bisa join di klub ini. Dan kami punya namanya Wardaya Mandarin Forum. Jadi kalian ingin berbahasa Mandarin lebih lancar lagi, silakan mengikuti kelas ini atau forum ini. Ya, dan kami punya Toastmaster dan Level Club. Jadi ini adalah untuk diperuntukkan untuk public speaking. And then ini adalah kelas-kelas yang kami sudah buka lagi, yaitu kelas coding, ya, termasuk dari front end, JavaScript, PHP, dan lain-lain. Dan ini untuk kelas HSK dari HSK 1 sampai HSK 6. Terus kami punya kelas University Application Essay, Preparation IELTS, terus dan lain-lain. Silahkan nanti bisa menghubungi wardayacollege di nomor sekian. Oke, tanpa memperpanjang waktu lagi, terima kasih dari Yes Education, yaitu Mr. Franklin yang sudah datang juga. Dan terima kasih, thank you for your coming, Mr. Julian Nicholls from UNSW, Sydney. Dan saya persilahkan untuk Mr. Julian, screen is yours.
Okay, so just give me a minute while I share the slides.
Dan hari ini nanti after Mr. Julian ada dua alumni Wardaya juga yang sudah studi di UNSW Sydney, yaitu Gideon Richard dari Medical School. Dia sudah lulus dari medicine, dan satu lagi sudah jadi dokter di Sydney, dan satu lagi adalah Angel dari Actuarial Science UNSW yang sedang studi di sana yang akan sharing. Oke, Mr. Julian.
Okay, so can everyone see my presentation? And can you all hear me, I suppose? Can someone just say yes?
Yes.
Yep, okay. So my name's Julian Nicholls. I'm the International Regional Manager, one of the International Regional Managers at UNSW. I'm excited to be here to have a chat with you about UNSW as an option for you to come and study. So what we're going to do today in my presentation is just give you an overview of UNSW, a bit of the key selling points, why we're proud of the university. We'll touch on some of the popular courses for Indonesian students, and talk a little bit about scholarships. And then I believe there's an opportunity for questions at some point through the session. So I'm going to start now. So just a little bit about UNSW. So we are in the top 50 universities in the world. We're ranked 43rd as of the 2022 QS World Ranking. So we're really proud of that. We've gone up a notch. We're 32nd worldwide for employer reputation. So what that means is internationally, employers in major corporations and major companies recognize UNSW degrees and recognize our graduates as preferred employees. Another thing that we're really proud about is our students again have topped the most employable students list for the third year running here in Australia. So what that means is these are students, this is based on student satisfaction, the quality of the graduate, how they got employed, how quickly they got employed, and feedback from the companies as well. So in 2021, we had 37 students in the top 100. Way above any other university. And this year we had 42 students in the top 100. So nearly a half of the top 100 students that are graduating in Australia came from UNSW. We're world leading education in 6 of the world's top 20 subjects. So these are all the subjects ranked across all universities across the world. Our graduates are some of the highest earning with the highest median salary once they've graduated. We're world leading in education with 21 of the world's top 50 subjects. So again, we're really, really proud of that. And of course, UNSW Sydney was one of the founding members of the group of 8 universities here in Australia. So a little bit about our community. We have over 65,000 students. Of that, roughly 20,000 of those students are international students. So that's about a third of our student population are international students. And they come from 135 countries around the world. So we have quite a strong diversity in culture. And look, I would also add that that is also reflected in the staff, the academics and the professional staff that will support you while you're studying at UNSW. So a little bit about our campus. So we're out in the eastern suburbs of Sydney. So we're not in the CBD, but we're close enough. We're a 20-minute trip from the CBD, so that if you want to go in and enjoy things, you certainly can. But then it's not a distraction when you're actually trying to study. So our campus is what we would consider one of the more traditional ones, where everything you're going to need as a student is on campus. We are so big that the New South Wales government gave us our own postcode. So it probably takes you about 20 minutes, 25 minutes to walk from one end of campus to the other. We are close to some of the best beaches in Australia. We are serviced by a great bus network, but also a new tram network that will pick you up at the front door of the university and drop you in the city, and then bring you back as well. So it's a great position. It works really well, and it's convenient and easy to get to and from. So a little bit about our support and facilities. So we have 6 faculties. So we have what we would consider our mega faculty, which is a Faculty of Arts, Design and Architecture. We have our UNSW Business School, which is world recognized. Our Faculty of Engineering, which is the #1 engineering faculty in Australia and has been for the last 2 years. Faculty of Medicine and Health, that has one of the top medicine and doctor programs in the country. Our Faculty of Law and Justice, and our Faculty of Science, who's doing some brilliant research at the moment, world class. So for international student support, we have language and conversation skills support. We have housing assistance. We have international student life, his only designation is to support international students once they commence their study at UNSW. We run some cultural mentoring programs. We have a unit, UNSW Employability, that helps students get career ready while they're studying with us. We offer health and wellbeing support, lots of social activities. There are academic support through our learning centre, about 300 clubs and societies. We recognise safety on campus is important, so we have 24/7 security on campus, and we do provide on-arrival support for new commencing international students. So we can organise to pick you up from the airport and take you to where you're going to be staying. Some of the facilities, we have bank and retail, we have a 24/7 library, we have food courts and cafes, a supermarket, gym with a swimming pool. We have sports and recreation, 24/7 wireless internet access, and we have the Nuclear Student Hub. Now that is where, once you're a commencing student, once you're studying with us, you'll go there and they will be able to support you with everything you need as far as your enrollments or whatever you need in relation to studying your program. We have on-campus accommodation. So they're modern facilities, they're convenient location, of course, because they're on campus. There are some that are probably about a 2-minute walk from campus, safe and secure, and they offer a community lifestyle and a community setting. So the 2 types we have are what we call college life. So these are colleges that are managed separately from UNSW, but they work collaboratively with the university. So we regard them as community. And the reason for that is the designation there, or what they're trying to achieve there, is to create a community that has activities together, that works together, that supports each other, and builds that sense of community, so that if anyone is in distress, or anyone is feeling lonely, there'll be people around to support you. The other one is what we call apartment life. So those are apartment style accommodation, and we regard them as what we call independent. And the reason for that is that you can build relationships, you can build friendships very quickly. But if there's activities in these particular accommodation styles, you don't have to engage with that. It really becomes your choice. The rooms vary from a studio, which is a single accommodation, up to 5-bedroom apartments. Some of those 5-bedroom apartments will have shared bathroom facilities, but each student has their own room. The colleges are usually fully catered, whereas the apartments are mainly self-catered. So if you're going to go into an apartment, you're going to have to learn how to cook. But there are great facilities on every floor of each of the apartment blocks. Wi-Fi is included. There's 24-hour campus security. There's indoor, outdoor communal areas. And the price ranges from about $300 to about $700, depending on what sort of accommodation you have. But we also don't discourage students. If you want to look for accommodation outside of UNSW, there are plenty of other student accommodation providers in Sydney. And there is, of course, the private rental market. So some key selling points. So one is the Student Academic and Career Success Unit. So they will provide you with individual appointments around career planning, academic skills, job applications, job searching strategies. They run development seminars and academic skills workshops. They connect you with employers, and this is a really key thing here. We will run presentations, we'll invite employers in to talk to students about what their expectations are, what they're looking for in graduates. We run expos where we will bring multiple employers in or companies in, and you can go and have a talk to them. We have an online job board, and of course we have a Global Careers Week. But another great resource is our digital resource. So that is where we have an online resume checker and an online smart thinking English language support. So what you can do there is you can upload your CV or resume and you'll get some pointers from this online system about how you can improve it or restructure it. And the Smart Thinking English Language Support is you can upload an essay or a report that you're doing, and it'll give you some idea on how to improve the grammar. So they're great support tools. Another support we have is the Founders Program. Now, the Founders Program is our startup program. So anyone that has an idea about a business, business idea or something you want to put together, the Founders Program is there to support you. The great thing about that is it's not only available to students, it's also available to our alumni and our staff. So you're going to get a lot of interaction with people. You're going to get a lot of support to bring your ideas to a final outcome. And there is a possibility that the program may support your startup, or that they may bring some investors in that will do the same. So it's a great opportunity for you to take an idea and build on it and really develop that from a business point of view. We've talked a little bit about UNSW employability, and they are really tasked with making sure that every student that connects with them is career ready and the most employable they can be before they leave the university. And a lot of that is around mentoring. A lot of it is about work experience or work integrated learning or internships, and giving you connections or helping you get connections with industry. Just some other points. We have relationships and partnerships with industry leaders, government bodies, and organisations. Our academics are world experts in their fields and internationally respected and recognised. And a lot of our academics are not only teaching, but they're also working in those industries as well. So you're getting that real time and real world experience from them. We offer internships and industry placements. Some programs have them embedded in their course structures. Others are offered as opportunities outside of their program. So there's internal internships, there's work placements, there's external internships or work integrated learning. We have 5 unique spaces, which we call maker spaces, where you can go and create things, work with your ideas, work with wood, work with metal, work with 3D, 4D, 5D modeling machines. Business school have their own what they call career accelerator program. And that again is about making sure students are career ready, that they're supported throughout their study, and that they're connected with mentors, they're connected with alumni, and connected with industry. We offer a program, Women in Engineering. So what that is it's a program that supports women in coming into the engineering profession and taking away that blokey aspect of it, where it's perceived to be a macho, masculine, male-dominated field, but there are a lot of women going into engineering. So this program supports girls and women when they start. They have an engineering club, girls in engineering club. They have mentoring workshops and support, and they have a lot of fun on the way. Now, a little bit about our structure. So as you know, most universities operate off a 2-semester model. We operate off a 3-term model. And the great thing about that is that then gives us 3 opportunities to admit students throughout the year. So we have a term 1, which starts in February, a term 2, which starts in May, late May, and then a term 3, which starts in September. We also have a little summer session, and that's really a catch-up term for students if you need to repeat a subject or you just want to do an additional subject over that period. One of the reasons we moved to that type of structure is to better align with the international academic calendars, to give students a lot more flexibility in how they spread their load, their study load across the year. So instead of having to do 4 and 4 in a 2-semester model, what we provide is the opportunity to maybe do 2 subjects in one term and then 3 in another, your second term, and 3 in your third term. And what that does is it frees up your time to take on internships, to get some work experience, or even just to build up your social network and have a bit of fun. So we've talked about the dates. With each of the terms, we do have an orientation period as well. So we would always strongly recommend for any international student, in fact, any student at all starting at UNSW, that you get to campus for that orientation, because there's a lot of great information that you will gain from that. You will build friendships from that, you'll get connections, you'll meet lots and lots of people, and you'll learn exactly what UNSW has to offer you. So just running through, I'm not going to go through all our undergraduate programs, that would take too long, but what I've done is I've had a look at the data out of Indonesia to see what are the popular programs and what are a couple of the emerging programs that are starting to build momentum. So, of course, our popular programs, you would not be surprised that it's Bachelor of Computer Science, our Bachelor of Engineering Honours, and our Bachelor of Commerce. So Bachelor of Computer Science is a 3-year program. It has admission through each of those 3 terms, and it does provide accreditation with the Computer Society of Australia. Our Bachelor of Engineering Honours program is a 4-year duration. Again, it has availabilities for admission through all 3 terms. It offers 19 specialisations, so there's a lot of variety in what you can pick for a career. You will explore different areas of engineering in your first year, so it's a flexible first year, and then you'll start your specialisation in year 2. You'll have opportunities to conduct research towards a thesis project in your final year. And the degree is accredited by Engineers Australia and recognised by the Washington Accord, which is really significant because that allows you to travel with that qualification. Our Bachelor of Commerce is a 3-year degree again. Admission is through all 3 terms. It can provide professional recognition and accreditation with various industry governing bodies, depending on what specialisation you do. And the great thing about this is you can complete 2 majors within the structure of the program, and you can select from 14 offerings. 2 more popular degrees. Now, there's a lot of Indonesian students that love coming in and doing the Bachelor of Commerce and combining that with another degree. Now, the great benefits of that is that you're going to have 2 skill sets. And when you present to an employee, of course, that's going to be a great selling point for you. So you can combine this with a significant number of different degrees. That would normally take you between 4 to 5 years to complete because it's a combined degree. Most of them will have availability admission through all 3 terms, but some will only have admission through term 1 or term 3. And you'll stand out as a graduate. You know, let's be clear about that. When you've got a double degree, when you've got that multiple skill set, you stand out to employers. Our Bachelor of Science is another popular degree with Indonesian students. Ours is a 3-year degree, admission through all 3 terms. You can choose from 26 different majors, which come from those areas such as physical science, natural sciences, and human sciences. It's flexible. Again, it's a flexible type of first year, and you'll start your specialisation in your 2nd year. So if you're unsure, you can do that first year and then make your decision towards the end of it as to what specialisation you'll go into. It offers work integrated learning. There are research internships that you can do as part of the program. We offer world-class laboratories and clinics and simulators that will give you the tools to explore those new frontiers and make meaningful scientific discoveries to benefit society. I just thought I'd throw in a testimonial from one of our alumni. And she said, "My time at UNSW enriched my mind and broadened my horizons. UNSW offers lots of study options through elective and general education courses. It wasn't until 2nd year that I discovered what I was truly interested in. My time at UNSW showed me it's okay to change your mind and not have made your mind up straight away." So that was Dr. Edith Chow, and she's a Chief Scientific Officer. Now, just 2 programs I wanted to highlight as emerging and increasing in interest. Of course, we have the Bachelor of Design. This is a 3-year program. In year 1, you'll explore the fundamental process of design. And then as you go into year 2, you're going to focus on the depth. And you have the opportunity to do 2 types of specializations. I think what's important here is design. Every aspect of life is impacted by design. So everything that you do, when you watch the TV, when you listen to the radio, when you walk out your front door and see a billboard, when you see buildings going up, posters, this is all design related. So design intersects and interacts with everything in society. So the discipline areas that we offer are object design, graphic, textiles, interaction, 3D visualization, and experience design. And the final one I just wanted to put on the table is our Bachelor of Data Science and Decisions. This is a 3-year degree. This is starting to pick up momentum with international students. Fortunately, it gives us availability to admit students through all 3 terms. This will give you the skills to compile, interpret, and act on data in ways that make a big impact. So we're talking about big data here. We're talking about lots and lots of data. Data science is multidisciplinary and a field of study that blends mathematical methods, statistics, computing, and business decisions and communication. And the degree spans across 3 different schools. So you're going to get all this different interaction and this different level of experience. So because of the structure of the program, the schools that are involved are our Maths and Statistics School, our Computer Science and Engineering School, and our Economics School. Now, again, I wanted to throw a quick student testimonial in here. So Serena Zhu, which is a graduate of this program, has said, "We live in a world of technology which revolves around economics, but it is all underpinned by maths and numbers. This program covers all 3 major areas, which are incredibly useful to contribute to society." This is just a quick overview of the type of study areas that you can look at across them. I won't go into that in too much detail, but you know, you're looking at things of teaching and languages and media and arts and design and finance, accounting, economics, business analytics, financial technology, right through to computer science, food science, different types of engineering from aerospace to renewable, medicine, exercise physiology, vision science in international health, public health, and a variety of science majors. And you can do psychology, aviation, and life sciences as well. So quickly around direct entry, undergraduate entry requirements for Indonesia, UNSW doesn't recognise the Indonesian high school as a standalone accessible qualification. So if you're completing your Indonesian high school, you can, if you successfully complete that, you can use that alongside completing the SAT test, the ACT test, excuse me, or the AP advanced placement grades. What you'll need to do is achieve the aggregate score we require for either the SAT, ACT, and AP. And you present that result alongside your successful completion of high school, and we'll make that becomes accessible for our undergraduate programs. We accept the International Baccalaureate. Of course, we accept the GCE Cambridge advanced levels. If you don't have any of those, if you can complete 1 year of full-time study at a recognised university and a bachelor's degree, we'll deem that to be accessible. We also recognise completion of recognised college or polytechnic diplomas. NCUK, their International Foundation Year, is getting a broad sweep around the world, so we do accept that as well. The UNSW Global Pathway Diploma and Foundation Studies are great pathway opportunities offered through our feeder institution, UNSW Global. And we do have an entry table that you can have a look at any time. So scholarships, International Student Award. This was something that we offered new in 2022. It is an award that currently is only being offered for 2022. The award offers a 15% discount towards students' tuition fees. It's only offered to students from particular eligible countries, which fortunately Indonesia is one of. So it'll be available to students commencing in their studies. It was available in term 1. It's now going to be available in term 2 or term 3. Applications are quite simple. It's based on academic merit. So if you get an offer, you'll automatically be considered for this. We just request that you complete a 500-word personal statement outlining why your reasons to study and at UNSW and why you're interested in that particular program. You upload that and then you'll get confirmation of this offer. So it's not difficult. Really, the basis is that if you get an offer and you meet our entry requirements, we'll consider you for this particular award. Unfortunately, it's only offered for 2022. We don't know whether it's going to be offered again in 2023, but fingers crossed it will. So for those of you that are considering starting in our term 3, I would strongly encourage you to do that. The great thing with this one as well is that you can carry it alongside another scholarship offering, which we'll go into now. So some of the main scholarships that we offer. So there was the International Student Award. We offer the Australia's Global University Award, which is a offering of $10,000 as a one-off payment in your first year. It's paid against your tuition fees. It's open to all international students, based purely on academic merit, so there's no separate application process. If you get a full offer, we'll automatically consider you for this award. The UNSW Global Academic Award, this carries either a one-off payment of $5,000 or $10,000. Now, it is open to all international students, but the caveat here is that you must be completing a UNSW Global Foundation Studies program. Again, academic merit based, so no separate application process. If you meet the eligibility criteria and you've got a full offer, we'll automatically consider you for it. And then we have our flagship scholarship, which is the International Scientia Coursework Scholarship. This offers either a full tuition fee scholarship or a scholarship that's valued at $20,000 per annum for the minimum duration of your program. So it's open to all international students. It does have a criteria that you need to address. So because of that, there is a separate application process that has a particular opening and closing date, depending on which semester we are going in, or which term we're going into. So at the moment, we've just closed down term 2, so we'll be assessing those applications, and then applications for the scholarship for term 3 will open on the 1st of May. Now, for all of these 3, if you get an offer, you're required to accept that within 2 weeks of receiving the offer, and you must also fully accept your offer of admission as well. Now, if you get any of these, you can also carry it alongside your International Student Award. And I would say, which with the International Student Award as well, which is a 15% discount on your tuition fees, that is for the duration of your study as well. Just quickly, our faculties offer a couple of their own scholarships as well. So that's the business school has an international scholarship and a pathway scholarship, and law and justice have an international award as well. So coming to the end, just wanted to let you know that we are having our International Open Day, which is next Saturday on the 9th of April from 3:30 to 6:30. We have the link there. You can go on our website and register for it. And what we've done is we're going to have a lineup of some really exciting pre-recorded videos and sessions. We're going to have academics there that you can have a talk to. We're going to have students, current students there to have a chat with, or alumni students to have a chat with. And then we've got all our service booths as well, where you can talk to people about employability, about careers, about admissions, about scholarships, about the whole box and caboodle. So what we've tried to do with this is design an event that's going to give you the whole picture of what that student experience for you will look like when you come and study with us. So that's it. I know I was probably a bit long-winded with it, but I've only really scratched the surface here. There's a lot more information I could provide, but I'm happy to respond to any questions when that Q&A starts. So thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Julian. And then we will hear about the testimony from Wardaya alumni. There are 2 students, Gideon Richard and Angelica Grace. Yeah, Gideon, halo. Oke, halo Gideon. Oke, mungkin kita masuk ke Angel dulu deh. Halo, selamat siang Angel. Halo. Ya, maybe bisa dipin ya, Angel. Ya, Angel sedang studi di UNSW, sekarang sedang studi di UNSW, jurusan Actuarial Science. Ya, mungkin bisa di ini ya. Silakan Angel. Ya, bisa share tentang gimana studi di di UNSW ya. Silakan.
Aku mau memakai bahasa Indonesia atau
Indonesia
Inggris?
aja.
Indonesia. Okay.
Lagi di Sydney ya, ini Angel. Ya, oke, silakan Angel.
Halo semua, kenalin nama aku Angel Nicholls. Aku currently belajar actuarial science di UNSW. Aku ambil program ini tahun lalu, September. Tapi aku baru balik offline tahun ini sekitar Februari kemarin. Aku baru nyampe sekitar 2 bulan di sini, dan menurut aku cukup seru ya, lebih menarik belajar secara offline dibanding secara online. Aku sendiri tinggal di salah satu UNSW punya accommodation, namanya Colombo House. It's like a college, jadi kita tinggal bareng, jadi kayak bentukannya kayak apartemen, kita punya kamar sendiri, bathroom sendiri, tapi kitchennya shared. Terus kalau buat degree aku pribadi, jadwal aku cukup padat karena setiap hari aku udah kelas, tapi nggak full dari pagi sampai sore. Ada yang dari jam 10 sampai jam 2, atau ada yang dari jam 11 sampai jam 5. Itu varies differently buat beda orang dan beda major yang diambil. Kalau aku sendiri, di UNSW itu sistemnya, kita bakal pertamanya ada lecture, terus habis itu kita bakal ngerjain beberapa question tutorials, terus kita bakal discuss questionnya di tutorials ya. Dan biasa kalau masih nggak ngerti atau masih ada pertanyaan, kita boleh banget datang ke consultation time, atau ada yang namanya called past class. It's like senior kita yang ngajarin kita, jadi kondisinya lebih informal kelas ya, dan benar-benar ngebantu banget sih buat aku buat belajar, dan kayak lebih nyambung kalau sesama murid yang ngejelasin. Kadang kayak vocabulary-nya lebih make sense aja. Terus kalau buat actuarial, program aku ambil yang 3 tahun buat single degree actuarial, tapi bisa pilih major, dan majornya itu macam-macam. Ada risk management, atau business economics, atau marketing. Itu bisa dilihat di handbooknya UNSW. And yeah, that's all I can say much about studying as an actuarial student. But if you want mau tahu lebih detail tentang aku belajar di sini kayak gimana, atau kehidupan aku di sini gimana, you can drop a question, dan aku bakal dengan senang hati menjawabnya.
Oke, thank you so much ya Angel ya. Ya, mungkin kita dengarkan satu lagi, yaitu Gideon. Gideon ini lulusan dari medical school UNSW, sekarang sedang kerja di rumah sakit di Sydney. Oke, selamat siang Gideon. Oke.
Siang Mbak Wei.
Iya, oke. Mungkin kamu bisa share juga ya tentang ini, kalau Gideon udah lulus ya, jadi dari medical school di UNSW. Oke, silakan.
Yeah. So basically testimoniku maybe wouldn't be as kayak current as what it is kayak sekarang, karena the UNSW medicine program basically mereka update terus kayak tiap tahun dan dengar kayak feedback dari students. So it's really good because even saat aku mulai course-nya pada awalnya, perbedaannya dia dengan medical school tradisional tuh dia lebih menekankan ke praktis secara klinikalnya daripada teorinya itu sendiri. Jadi banyak kayak praktek langsung ke pasien, juga banyak seperti tutorial-tutorial di mana kayak kita bisa diskusi juga. Jadi sebetulnya kalau banyak kayak studi yang mungkin kurang yakin untuk kayak mengambil medical school, sebetulnya UNSW ini salah satu uni yang memberikan program yang cukup kayak terintegrasi dan kayak lebih mudah untuk diserap untuk kebanyakan student juga. So jadi most students have actually kayak been enjoying the course, including myself. And yeah, dan secara kayak nggak langsung juga saat saya kerja di hospital juga memang terasa perbedaannya, di mana itu kayak banyak kayak tipe-tipe kayak tips-tips secara praktisnya itu memang berguna sekali kayak untuk sekarang juga. Gitu sih. If there's any more questions on that.
Ya, oke, thank you Gideon. Ya, mungkin Gideon nih lagi di rumah sakit ya. Lagi tugas di rumah sakit. Jadi mungkin kalau nanti takutnya Gideon lagi ada keperluan lain gitu ya, kasih tahu aja ya. Oke.
Oh iya, nggak apa-apa. Ini saya lagi break. Oh, ini ada
Oh, lagi
question
break.
dari
Oke.
Ben. Iya.
Oke, lagi break.
Ada
Thank you so
question
much ya.
rasanya.
Oke,
Iya,
kita.
it's okay.
Nah, kita
Ada,
langsung mulai sesi Q&A, Mr. Julian. Ini ya. Dan nanti kalau misalnya pengurusan aplikasi dan dokumen ke UNSW bisa lewat Wardaya juga, nanti bisa kontak saya juga. Nah, terus is there any 1 year in Indonesia and 2 years in UNSW for design course? I think mungkin Mr. Julian, I think this is with UIC usually. Unisanduguna International College ya. Nah ini mungkin Angel bisa cerita juga ya nanti ya. Angel kan juga di. Oke, silakan,
yeah.
Mr.
So
Julian.
I believe that question was from Gwen. Now I'm at the moment, unfortunately, no. In the true context of do 1 year in Indonesia and 2 years in Sydney, there's no sort of articulation agreement. There is a possibility, though, that if you do a design course at a Indonesian university or another university, you are eligible to apply for credits. So that could reduce your 3-year degree at UNSW to 2 years. That would be on application. So we can't guarantee what level of credit transfer you would get, but there is a distinct possibility that could happen. So that would then mean that you've done 1 year in Indonesia and 2 years in the Sydney design course. And we, of course, will issue the award, but that's not a formalized articulation agreement. It's just based on what you studied and whether we can give you credit for it.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Julian. And then another question, yeah. Is there biochem program for undergraduate? How long is the study? It is eligible for full scholarship.
Sorry, what was the question again? Sorry.
Is there biochemical program for undergraduate? And is it how long the study? And then is it also eligible for full scholarship?
So a Bachelor of Chemical, is it?
Chemical engineer, biochemical program.
In engineering?
Yeah, biochemical.
Yeah.
Biochemistry.
We do have chemistry, well, chemical engineering, and we do have a Bachelor of Science with a chemistry major. And they are, well, the engineering one is 4 years and the science is 3 years.
Okay. This is 3 years ya. Okay. Mungkin kalau misalnya Angel bisa cerita ya. Ini Angel sebelum di UNSW adalah ambil IPA.
Just to add to that as well, yes, any undergraduate program or postgraduate program at UNSW for international students are eligible for scholarships.
Oke, dan tidak ada biaya aplikasi ya. There is no application fee for this period ya. If you want to apply to UNSW ya. Oke. Selanjutnya, Angel mungkin bisa cerita juga, mungkin kenapa sih memilih UNSW ya?
Salah satu alasan aku milih UNSW, pertama karena lokasi di Sydney, juga di sini banyak banget top insurance company dan top big four company ada di Sydney. So aku mikir ke depannya kalau misalnya aku mau apply buat internship dan juga buat kerja, aku pikir ini sebuah prospek yang bagus untuk aku ke depannya. Kedua, salah satunya karena UNSW provide program aktuaria menurut aku benar-benar well planned, tertata, detail, dan one of the top university in Australia. Dan ketika kita belajar, aku sendiri ngerasa ketika aku belajar di sini, aku mulai bisa tahu apa yang aku suka dan apa yang aku nggak suka. Di UNSW itu provide banyak banget kesempatan buat aku explore hal-hal baru, dan juga aku bisa konsultasi sama banyak orang di sini yang emang udah expertnya. Dan di sini UNSW benar-benar student oriented banget. So aku ngerasa aku disupport, aku didukung, dan aku diarahin. That's one of the reason I pick UNSW as my university.
Oke, kalau Gideon bisa cerita ya waktu kemarin itu waktu apply dari IPH ke UNSW, you submit with A level kan? Iya.
Iya, betul Pak Awin.
Nah,
Iya.
itu persyaratannya untuk medical school berapa itu ya?
I believe dulu itu I think 2 A stars and 1 A for A levels. Tapi I think just for the current kayak requirements maybe better untuk refer ke handbooknya sendiri. Karena biasanya mereka bisa kayak berubah-berubah juga kriterianya. Jadi lebih baik untuk dicek di situ ya. Kalau untuk requirement-nya. Tapi di on top of A level-nya juga harus namanya tes ISET, which is similar to kayak an IQ test, yang juga kayak additional test for medical school juga. And also if kayak eligible, then you will be asked to do an interview as well with UNSW.
Oh, berarti bisa langsung ini ya, bisa anak Indonesia bisa chance untuk ke medical school juga ya, maksudnya
Betul.
tanpa foundation gitu ya, langsung.
Jika punya A level atau IB atau SAT bisa langsung sih.
Oke, nah ini ada lagi for Mr. Julian, student from Indonesian national curriculum can apply UNSW as long the application is supplemented with one requirement SAT, ACT, or AP.
Correct. So we don't recognize the Indonesian high school certificate as a standalone qualification for assessment. So as long as you've successfully completed your high school and can provide either an SAT or an ACT or a AP grades tests that meet the entry requirement that we've published, then we will deem that to be accessible, and that will gain you admission as well. We would also, depending on what degree you're wanting to go in, we do have a suite of diplomas that are offered by our UNSW global pathway provider. Now, the great thing about those diplomas is that if you commence in there, they have a lower entry requirement, but you will be doing first year of your undergraduate degree in that diploma. So that when you complete the diploma, you will progress to second year of the relevant undergraduate degree. So no time lost. It's just a different entry into your undergraduate degree. The great thing is that you'll get a qualification out of the diploma. So you'll get a certificate that says you've got a diploma that you can use if you want to somewhere else. And then when you complete your degree, you'll also get your testament for your degree. With the class sizes in the diploma, they're smaller, so you're going to get more support academically and with English, and you're going to get some great preparation there to transition very easily into that second year of your degree. So that's another option as well that we strongly encourage. And the great thing is that we've just introduced 2 new diplomas, and they're the diploma in media and the architectural diploma. So they're again more ways that you can actually get into an undergraduate degree early, with starting in first year, but starting in the diploma rather than in the undergraduate degree. Now, I would say that you can't just make a decision to go in through a diploma. If you meet entry requirements for the undergraduate degree, then you will be given an offer to the undergraduate degree. There are other great pathway options.
Okay, maybe another question, Mr. Julian, what is the minimum score for SAT, ACT, or AP requirement?
Well, that all depends on the degree that you're going into. So if we had a look at the Master of Commerce, let's just say we had a look at the Master of Commerce, I believe the SAT required score for that is 1,240 points. So that's your aggregate score. But if you're looking at an arts, then the aggregate score for that for an SAT would be a little bit lower. So each of the particular programs has its own aggregate requirement. With the ACTs, again, it's the overall score that you get for that. The AP grades are probably a little bit different. What we look at there is we look at a minimum of 3 AP subjects and a maximum of 4. And the only subjects that we will assess, deem as accessible, are anything that gets a grade of 3 or higher. So it's a bit difficult for me to say what's the lowest, what's the highest, because each of those particular programs has a different requirement as far as the score goes. So if we looked at medicine would require an SAT of 1,370. But it looks as though the lowest is probably around about 1,130, which would be some of the built environment degrees. So it varies across depending on the type of degree, the demand for the degree, and the academic rigor that you're going to need when you enter into those degrees.
Oke, jadi kalau sudah punya SAT atau ACT atau AP, jadi bisa disubmit juga walaupun kalian punya national curriculum ya. Jadi bisa tanpa foundation kayak gitu ya. Nah, ini another question maybe. This is for A level, how many subject for engineering, computer science, and business course? Yeah.
Okay. So it's with, I'm assuming we're talking about the Cambridge A levels here, the GCE A levels. So
A level,
yeah. So we will assess you on a minimum of 2 or a maximum of 5 of those subjects. So really what we're saying here is what they do is we look at your marks and we assess them on a grading scale. So if you get an A star, we'll allocate 6 points to that. If you get an A, we'll allocate 5. If you get a B, we'll allocate 4. And the sliding scale goes down that way. So at the end of the day, if you've got 2 subjects, you know, say if a program like the Bachelor of Computer Science requires an 11 overall score for your GCA levels, then if you got an A star and an A, you would meet entry into that particular program. But maybe if you got 3, if you only got 2 A's, you would need another subject for us to be able to assess it. So really it's not, each of them doesn't have a different set of number of subjects. What we do is we'll assess based on a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 5.
Okay, and then
I've just put a link into the chat box that actually has that links to our direct entry table, so you can go in there and have a look. And I also put in 2 links for the engineering program that deals with chemical engineering, and just a link to the specialization in chemistry that you can do in the science degree.
Okay, another question again. There is an honors degree. What is the related with the bachelor degree? What is the difference to bachelor degree related to the duration of study or not?
Okay, so the differential here, so if you look, we've talked about the Bachelor of Engineering Honours, which is a 4-year degree. So what happens with that? We have about 3 or 4 degrees that have an honours year embedded into the structure of the program. So the Bachelor of Engineering Honours, I think the Bachelor of Interior Architecture Honours and a Bachelor of Landscape Architecture Honours, they are all 4-year degrees because they have a final honours year, which is based purely on research, a research project and a research thesis that the student needs to do. With a lot of the other programs that are 3-year degrees, they don't have that research component. So you would complete that 3-year degree, and then we offer a 1-year honours program that you can apply for after you've completed that 3-year degree to get that research experience, and then maybe go to that next level of applying for a doctorate or a research coursework program.
Okay, yeah.
So does that answer the question?
Yeah, I think it's enough. Thank you so much, Mr. Julian. If you have any question about UNSW, you can contact me. And then this is my WhatsApp number. And then Jadi nanti pengurusan UNSW aplikasinya juga bisa lewat Wardaya. Nah, terus nanti kalau misalnya next week UNSW will make open day. You can come to UNSW open day next week. You can join. And then semua pertanyaan bisa kamu masukkan, bisa tanyakan juga di UNSW open day. Dan kamu bisa, you can follow UNSW Instagram. To get many information about UNSW, top 43 in the world and group of 8. Oke. Jadi kalau tidak ada lagi, kita akan akhiri pertemuan kita pada siang hari ini. Thank you, Mr. Julian. Thank you, Ko Gideon. Thank you, Angel. Maybe you have the last statement.
Just before I go,
Mr. Franklin. Mr. Franklin. Silakan.
No, I think Julian want to say something before the...
I was just going to say, just before I go, I've just put the link to register for the International Open Day. It's a great thing. We would encourage you all to do that. If you can't attend, even though you've registered, what will happen is that you'll still have access to the site, the platform. You won't be able to, of course, talk to anyone, but you'll still be able to go in for 90 days after the event has finished to have a look at all the different videos and recordings that were provided on the day. So a great opportunity. So I'm sorry to break in onto you, Franklin.
Mr. Franklin, after this. Yes.
I'm just going to say a big thank you for having me. It's been a great experience for me. I really love talking to you as potential students and really want this not to be our only conversation. I want this to be the start of a conversation, a start of a journey. And if you've got questions, if there are things you want to know, feed them through Dr. Anton or to Franklin at Yes Education. They will flick them on to me and I'll get those responses back to you. So a really exciting time now that the borders are open. We're all geared. We're all loving having students on campus, and we'd love to see some of you come and study with us. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Julian. For the closing statement, Mr. Franklin, please, from Yes Education.
Sure, I just want to say thank you. So thanks a lot, Julian, for your time. Thank you for sharing about UNSW. Also, thank you to Wardaya College as well for organizing this session. And then again, as Dr. Anton mentioned, for students, for if you are interested to study, jadi buat teman-teman yang memang pengen dan tertarik untuk studi ke UNSW, please bisa kontak ke tim Wardaya, and then mereka bisa assist untuk proses aplikasi ke UNSW. So again, thank you so much everyone. Thank you Wardaya, and thank you so much Julian.
Thank you so much Mr. Julian. Thank you so much Mr. Franklin. Yes Education, UNSW. Ko Gideon, Angel semuanya, dan para Bapak Ibu sekalian. Oke, terima kasih. God bless you all. Assalamualaikum.